leaders online. Good morning. Today, March 18, 2024, the schedule of pre-bid conference of bid project 24J JJ0015. But before we start, I request the backsec Ma'am Maureen to lead us the opening prayer and followed by the attendance.
Let us start. Sign of the cross in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Heavenly Father, we come to you today as we enter the back conference room. We ask for your wisdom and guidance as we carry out our responsibilities and tasks today as we facilitate our prevailing conference. Also, we pray for a good relationship with our co-workers, mutual respect, understanding, and teamwork. Please remain professional and handle any conflicts that may arise with grace and kindness. We pray that your grace will protect my colleagues and me today from accidents and misunderstanding that could bring harm. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Amen. Father, and Son, and Holy Spirit. Good morning, each and everyone. Before we proceed for our reading conference for CID 24JT0015, we call on the attendance. Engineer Edwin L. Igama, back Vice Chairman. Engineer Ricardo Alpano, back Secretariat Head. Engineer Lorenzo Mendoza, back Member. Maureen Urgada, yours truly, back Secretariat Member. Engineer Charlotte Borg Visorio, DWG Member. Engineer Mary Joy M. Garban, back Provisional Member. Engineer Artemio Boy Halin Jr., DWG Head. Engineer Jumaico El Puerto, DWG back end user. Sarah Melvi Alanding, back member. Engineer Heidi Ablagon, representative from Quality Assurance Section. Engineer John Joseph Vidalatore, representative from Planning and Design Section. Ma'am Arlene Sicafe, Secretariat member. Engineer Roberto Cel Igama, TWG member. Ma'am Christy Joy M. Untay, back Secretariat. Sir Eric Pilagamon, back Secretariat member. That's all.
Thank you, Ma'am. For our attendance is majority, I declare this pre-bidding conference quorum. So for the reading of project to be pre-bid today, I call the backsec head, Engineer Panong.
Good morning for everyone, especially to our back chairman, back members, DWGs, secretariat, for visitors, online viewers, prospective bidders. For the reading of project 24GG0015, rebid, construction, maintenance of flood mitigation, structure, and drainage system, construction of Bulawan flood control project, Bulawan San Miguel, Zamboanga del Sur, with ABC of 29,400,000 pesos. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Panong. So, to discuss and clarify and explain the project to be pre-bid today, I call the representative from the Planning and Design Section, Engineer De La Torre.
Good morning. Morning to each and everyone, especially to our back members and prospective bidders. The project construction of Bulawan Flood Control Project, Bulawan San Miguel, Zamboanga del Sur is a project that will be constructed on a river bank. Then the quantities are flashed in the screen. May invite your attention. For the facilities for the engineer part A, we have the provision for field office of the engineer on rental basis, and then provision of furniture, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office of the engineer. Then we have the other general requirements, Part B, construction survey and staking, and project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health program, and mobilization and subsequent demobilization. Then for Part F, bridge construction, we have reinforcing steel, grade 40, and then structural concrete, class A for minor structures. Then Part L, flood and river control and drainage, we have individual removal of trees, 150 mm diameter to 300 mm diameter. We have embankment from structure excavation, embankment from barrow, routed riprap as the main structure, and then for the scar protection we have furnished and driven of steel sheet piles U-type with a strength of 50 psi. That's all for this project.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Tilatore. So any clarification, question from the prospective bidders, especially online? If none, so let's proceed. So to discuss the eligibility requirements, technical and financial component, I call the back DPWH head, Engineer Halin.
Good morning. For TWG concern, for section 25, submission and receipt of bids, the bidder shall submit their bids through their duly authorized representative using the forms specified in the bidding documents in two separate sealed bid envelopes or two password protected bidding documents in compressed archive folders in case of electronic bid submission. The first envelope shall contain the following technical information or documents, at least number 1, PhilJet certification of registration and members in accordance with section 8.5.2 of the revised IRR. Second is PCAB license and registration or special PCAB license in case of joint venture. Number 3, statement of all ongoing government and private contracts. Number 5, statement of single largest completed contracts. Number 5 is NFCC or net financial contracting capacity. Number 6, joint venture agreement if applicable. Number 7, bid security in the prescribed form, amount and validity period. 8, project requirements, which shall include the following: organizational chart for the contract to be bid. Second is list of contractors personnel. And the third, list of contractors major equipment units. 9th requirement is omnibus sworn statement in accordance with section 25.3 of the revised RRR. And for the second envelope shall contain financial information or documents. The bidders shall audited financial statements showing, among others, the bidders' total and current assets and liabilities stamped received by the DIR or its duly accredited and authorized institution for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. bid form, bid prices, detailed estimates including a summary sheet indicating unit price of construction materials, labor rates, equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid, quarterly, monthly cash flow and payment schedule, ESCR PDM, construction method if award. Note, bid shall be received by the back on date, time and place specified in the invitation to bid. Bids, including eligibility requirements submitted after deadline, shall not be accepted by the back. The original copy and copy 1 of the bid form shall be typed or written in ink and shall be signed by the bidders or its duly authorized representative. Unsealed or unmarked bid envelopes, or in case of electronic bid submission, bidding documents not in compressed archive folders and are not password protected shall be rejected. The back shall assume no responsibility for the misplacement of contents of improperly sealed or marked bid. Any missing, incomplete, patently insufficient document in the above mentioned checklist is a ground for outright rejection of the bid. Also observe proper tabbing. Use A4 bond paper. For bid evaluation, in section 32, it provides that the back through its secretariat may also in writing the bidder may ask in writing the bidder for clarification of its bid. All responses to request for clarification shall be in writing. For the procurement of infrastructure projects, the back shall evaluate the financial components of the bids to determine the lowest calculated bid using the following steps. The back shall immediately conduct detailed evaluation of all bids using non-discretionary criteria in considering the following: the completeness of the bid, arithmetical corrections. The back also shall evaluate all bids on an equal footing to ensure fair and competitive bid comparison. In case of discrepancies between the bid price in figures and in words, the latter shall prevail. So the words shall prevail. Total price per item and the unit price. So the unit price for item as extended or multiplied by quantity of that item shall prevail. Stated total price and actual sum of prices of component items, the latter shall prevail. Unit cost in the detailed estimate and unit cost in the bill of quantities, the latter shall prevail. For total calculated bid prices as evaluated and corrected for computational errors and other bid modifications which exceed the ABC shall be disqualified. And for modification and withdrawal of bids, bidder may modify its bid provided that this is done before the deadline for submission and receipt of bids. A bidder may, through a letter, withdraw its bid before the deadline for the receipt of bids. A bidder withdraws its bid shall not permitted to submit another bid, directly or indirectly, for the same contract. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Halin from the back DPWH. So any question again from the prospective bidders, especially online? There's none. So let's proceed. For the materials quality concern, I call the representative from the quality section, General Tagon.
Good morning, everyone. So on behalf of our section chief, Engineer Artemio C. Ambillar, so I'll be the one to discuss all the department order regarding the materials quality testing. So first, department order number 213 series of 2004. reiterating the testing of construction materials be conducted prior to their incorporation into the works. So it is hereby reiterated that all the construction materials to be used in the project must be subjected to quality tests prior to their incorporation into the works. Second, Department Order number 85, series of 2019, directing all DPWH implementing offices to optimize the utilization of their star-rated materials testing laboratories and to issue a waiver as a last resort when availing the services of accredited private testing laboratories. Next, Department Order number 49, series of 2021, schedule of minimum testing requirements governing items of work of DPWH, standard specification for public work structures, buildings, ports and harbors, flood control and drainage structures, and water supply system, Volume 3, 2019 edition. So this will be the guidelines and reference for the minimum testing requirements for the flood control project. Department Order number 218, series of 2022, amendment to Department Order number 49, series of 2021 regarding the schedule of minimum testing requirements for buildings, ports and harbors, flood control, drainage structures, and water supply system, Volume 3, 2019 edition. So, this order modifies the DEO 49, series of 2029, the conduct of California Bearing Ratio or CBR, and abrasion test for the following items of work shall not be required. So it is listed there, the item of work that does not require the CBR and abrasion test. Next, Department Order number 188, series of 2022, revise the schedule of fees and charges for laboratory testing of construction materials. This will be the basis of fees and charges of all the construction materials. And lastly, the Department Order number 98, series of 2016, revised guidelines on the accreditation of contractors, consultant, materials, engineers. So prescribed here are the following: criteria for accreditation, procedure for accreditation, renewal and upgrading of accreditation, classification of contractors, consultant, materials, engineer, and the criteria for the assignment of contractors, consultant, materials, engineer. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Tagon. If there's a question from the prospective bidders, if none, so any additional from the back member? Sir Romel, Sir Mighty? Sir Romel.
Good morning. May we request the TWG to include also the katong free site policies, updates para ma-aware po ang mga bidders, prospective bidders. Next time na lang. Oo. Including also the attachment of their field jobs sa ilang technical. Thank you.
Sir Mighty? Ma'am Joy? So any changes from the bill of quantities, we will make a bid supplemental to be posted at the DPWH website and PDFs 7 days before the opening of bids. So for the reading of schedule, I call the Backsec head, Engineer Panong.
Okay, to our prospective bidders, bidding schedule will be on April 2, 2024 at exactly 10 a.m. For the venue, back conference room, ground floor, this office. Thank you.
So any one? Okay, we are done. So any motion for adjournment? First by Engineer Procurement, seconded by Engineer Garban. Before we leave, I call the Backsec Carrier to lead us the closing prayer.